Today, from Lumen Field in Seattle, this is Madden Football on EA Sports. It's the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Arizona Cardinals.
From the home of the 12s, they raised the banner just a moment ago. We are set for football at Lumen Field here a mile south of downtown Seattle. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you from the broadcast booth. And, partner, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast start? In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. Who sets the pace and makes the other team chase?
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Cardinals making their way out, and it's the #1 overall pick in 2019, Kyler Murray at the helm.
Drafted with the idea that he'd be one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the NFL when he put it all together. We've been seeing that progress throughout his career. This guy's legs, we knew they were phenomenal. Arm, top-notch. But now we're seeing his mind come into the game. Reed's defense is better and better each and every week, and is showing patience as a passer as well. Not as eager to exit the pocket, finding guys downfield for bigger plays.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw, it's Murray. He'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup, and the Cardinals first down.
Murray going to throw. Steps away to his left. And he goes out right around the 39. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
To throw is Murray. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Not only a fumble loss there, but a fumble lost on your first drive in your own territory.
Now you're dealing with a lot of stuff here because you feel bad going off the field because you gave up the football. How does your own defense feel now having to go out there and stop them when the momentum is clearly shifted in their favor?
They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
Here's Smith now on second down. He completes this to Walker. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Third and 4. Smith. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 5. Now Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Smith. He's got his target. That's complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Here's Walker. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Walker once more. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
Brandon, now we find out what their definition of commitment is. They've run it on the first 2 plays. Do they come back and do it again? They're that much closer to getting into the end zone.
Yeah, inching closer and really knocking on the door now. Now Smith on 3rd and goal. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Seahawks take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. touchdown. Here's Myers to boot it away. This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
First down, Arizona.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Murray now to throw. Going right back to Wilson. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4 at the 50-yard line.
Here's Murray from midfield. Finds his running back, James Conner. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. First down. And he's going to be swallowed up as he got forward for maybe a yard, and it's second down. They work now on 2nd and 9. Murray, strong running. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper.
And the Cardinals first down.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And this will be swung out here for Conner. And the Cardinals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody covered. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And he pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Conner. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. James Conner, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from drawing level. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. Now Geno on first down. He's got a man, complete. Down to the 10 and all the way in. Touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. The extra point now coming from Myers. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. 1 play, 75 yards, 6 points. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Well, the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Pretty good first down play. Keeps them ahead of schedule, as they say.
And ostensibly, they could go right back to it because there are multiple options on this play. Handed inside, quarterback tucks it and keeps it, quarterback throws the ball downfield. You should be able to react to the defense and have an option available on every snap.
Murray's going to keep it again. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, they have had success when he keeps the ball in the option, but not there. I mean, you just saw exactly why many old NFL coaches would say, don't use your quarterback in the running game.
Shotgun now for Murray. A short one here, caught by McBride. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. D. Williams deep for Seattle. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. DK Metcalf for the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number one.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start and featuring guys that they want to have the ball early. We're seeing both of those come into play here. Off to an incredible start, got their feature guy going, and now everyone else should have opportunities.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry. From the 25, here's 2nd and 3. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll fake it. Now Smith. Oh, Metcalf, what a catch. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
That is one heck of a catch right there. Got his eye on it the whole way and able to make the grab one-handed. Very nicely done, and for a nice chunk of yardage, too.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Play action. It's Smith. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
I know for us it's fun, and it's not so much fun for the rookie receivers when we see them coming into the league and we're going to training camps. You see them working on getting 2 feet down instead of 1. But the best ones train in college trying to get 2 down instead of 1, so the transition's a little bit less. In this case, though, wasn't able to complete it anyway.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now Geno. Outright to Smith and Jigba. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game. The Cardinals offense ready to set up shop. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They begin on the ground here with Connor. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. It may sound cliche, but those are the types of yards he can get you. He's such a bruising back.
He is, and typically with that type of a back, if he has any type of stamina, it shows up later in the ball game. Because trust me, guys get tired of running up and trying to tackle that big fella. It wears on him, and then he gets stronger as the game goes on.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Murray. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Zach Pascal, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Here's Murray. Screen pass to Connor. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
4th down, Murray off, and the Cards field goal unit and Matt Prater out there now. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And this is off the left upright, and it comes back. It's no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the second quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all of those things? But the best players show up each and every week, solid games and some spectacular ones.
And he has showed up time and time again. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's second down. Smith being chased out left and taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And he's got Smith and Jigba. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards. From the gun, it's Walker. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Zaven Collins there to make the play defensively. Second and 9.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Choose the line. You can't hang.
Sticking with Walker on second down. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 21-7. The touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Julian Love. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Well, that was one I kind of saw coming, Charles. You had a free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting, and he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means the free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
We got 3.
After the interception, here's Smith. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Brown. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. A good productive run there on 1st down. He winds up getting 8. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. He will push his way down to about the 14. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. DK Metcalf on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks take a 3-touchdown lead. And the defensive there, that was a battle. He just made a really nice play.
A really nice play, making sure his body position was correct. And how about the throw? Zipped it in there.
And it results in the touchdown. Now Myers for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Cardinal offense takes back over. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember, last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And that's a nice run, a nice game that has to have them feeling pretty good about themselves as we head to the 2-minute warning.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Murray. He's got McBride here over the middle. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. To Connor on the check down. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing now is Murray. A short one here, caught by McBride. Only able to gain a couple there. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Again, they'll throw with Murray. That is caught, and he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
17's Mike 17.
Murray now. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Second down and a yard. From the gun, Murray. That pass completed to Dortch. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 31-yard line.
Okay, here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Ochena Nwosu, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Back to throw. Murray. He'll get this to Connor underneath. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And this one, a 41-yard attempt. Prater's kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand-new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. For the Seahawks in the first half, they were led by their quarterback, Geno Smith. He had it going right away. 2 touchdown passes in the first quarter, 2 more in the second. 4 touchdown passes all told. And he's likely not done yet.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at the 20. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Geno. This one into the hands of Metcalf. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in, went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing is Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the 3rd quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Now Smith. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Walker. And down he'll go at the 25. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Now here's Michael Dixon. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A short one here, caught by McBride. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 37-yard line.
To throw is Murray. Fighting to stay upright. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the first down and then slides to the ground. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And a short gain down to about the 33. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Murray going to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Seahawks will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Get another look at Seattle's offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
From the 46, here's a 2nd and 7. Gino now to throw. And his throw is incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Smith. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Throwing again is Smith. That completes it again to Metcalf. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards that time.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Walker. He will push his way down to about the 14. Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols. Second and 7. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. 3rd and 2, Smith. Stiff-armed him. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
I like the fact that they didn't overcomplicate things on that call. 3rd and 2. Just run the quick little hitch, which they did. Ball's out of quarterback's hands. And yes, indeed, they pick up the 1st down.
Here's Smith. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5. That's a whale of a game. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Walker is in. Touchdown, Seattle. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That time a 9-play drive. And it was Ken Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Second down, Murray sets to throw. Goes right back to McBride. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Here's Murray from midfield. Throwing quickly to Wilson. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
The offense on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. To throw, it's Murray. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Giving to the big tight end on 4th. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Good spot on the field to go for it, kind of no man's land as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow, might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. Murray now to throw. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. 1st down. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is. It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Murray. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Murray's got to have this one. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Julian Love picks it. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stares on that sideline. This is one of those games where you just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 65 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And then when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run again with Walker. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Second down and 4. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, 1st round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. On the give, it's Walker. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that 1st down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. Myers' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
It's second and inches at the 32-yard line.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Looking to throw. Murray looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Connor. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Back to throw. Murray. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. And here they get it to him again on the screen, and it turns into a nice positive play.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Murray to air it out again. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one snap closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They're going for it. Hits Murray. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. Throwing again, Murray. Got his man, it's Dortch. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Seahawks 32-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 4. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And he's got his man out of the slot, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 21. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. 1st down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Murray getting this complete to Connor. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 on the Seahawks 12-yard line.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Shotgun now from Murray. Flushed out right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick,
and force a quick surrender out of bounds.
Third down and 1.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know.
Here's Murray. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
We got 4. We got 4.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Flush to his right, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And the Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Here's Murray. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Well, CD, this is the ideal situation in the 4th quarter. You come out here late, not much time on the clock with a comfortable lead, and put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this offense, all game long, they've been powerful. They've been dangerous. You're exactly right. They can end this one on their own terms.
So the victory here for Seattle. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.